What's going on, everyone? My name is Josh19, and today we're going to be talking about the new YouTube policy change. So this is kind of a big deal to a lot of people on YouTube. It doesn't really affect me personally because obviously I'm not quite big enough on YouTube to make money, but I know it's affecting a lot of the YouTubers that I watch, and it's really going to be sad if it changes the content that they have to make, or if they have to leave YouTube or whatever. I know a lot of people have been suggesting for like larger YouTubers to just either move to another site or make their own site or things like that. And yes, it's a potential option, but yet then they have to still rebuild a follower base and things like that they already have on YouTube, because there's no way that every single one of their followers or subscribers on YouTube is going to move over to the other website or even necessarily be aware of the other website. So that's something that, I just feel like it's definitely not quite an option, is what people are saying. I just hope that YouTube decides to remove its content ID system, which is definitely what's causing most people to have issues and things like that. Basically what the content ID system does is it matches other content from other videos and things like that, and either companies can or other YouTubers can claim that this is a content ID violation or something like that. And basically what that does is it then sends the revenue that they would make from that video through monetization, it'll send them to the claimer. So for example, if you're making a Guild Wars 2 video and you have, say you're doing a Guild Wars 2 review and you have the part of the trailer playing in your review video, then NCSoft claims your video, then all of your monetization goes over to them, which is quite ridiculous. I recently watched a video from Angry Joe with which he was talking about this issue, and he had a great idea where he was saying if they still want to keep this content ID system that they think is so cool or whatever, then why can't they make it a percentage based versus the whole entire thing? And I completely agree with that. I would say if they're using 30 seconds out of a 2-minute video, then okay, that person can get 25% of the monetization because technically you're using 25% of their content. So obviously if you're only using 10 seconds out of a 5-minute video, then maybe whatever the ratio for that is, but it would only be a couple percent or something like that, which isn't much, and that's something for them to handle. The thing is that people don't quite understand is, especially for bigger YouTubers, like they make their money off YouTube, and that's their source of income. So when YouTube decides to send their money to somebody else because of a false claim or just some ridiculous claim because they used 15 seconds of a video or 15 seconds of a trailer or something like that, it really hurts them because this is actually their job. So they're making all their income from YouTube, and if YouTube takes that away, then obviously they're not going to be able to make videos anymore. Because a lot of these YouTubers, they spend, 40, 50, 60, 70, sometimes even 80 hours a week making content for YouTube. And that's much more than a full-time job would offer. Most of the time in a full-time job, you're only going to be working 40 hours. And most people pump more than 40 hours a week into making videos. I know myself, because I've done plenty of videos and I haven't even got paid anything for them. I've just spent a lot of time on my own just trying to build up my channel and things like that. It's definitely really time consuming, especially when you're editing and things like that. Because even if you're putting together a 15-minute video and you have like 2 hours of footage, it may take 2 to 3 hours to maybe even 4 hours to edit all that stuff together just for 15 minutes. Honestly, it could take even longer if you're really not sure what you want to put in the video and things like that, because editing definitely is huge and such a such a big time strain on things. I've done a lot of stuff just with my schooling where I've had to edit things, and it's so much time. It really does take a lot of time. So people just don't seem to understand that, and there's a lot of people on YouTube that, you know, just trash these larger channels and say get a real job, all sorts of things like that. It's, well, technically they do have a real job. They're making money off YouTube. Just because their job may not be like physically straining or anything like that doesn't mean that it's not a real job. I mean, in all honesty, they probably work a lot harder than most people do in this world. So, in all honesty, just give the big YouTubers a break. Try to support them. Try to do whatever you can to get YouTube to reverse this content ID system, because really a lot of your favorite YouTubers are going to either disappear or they're not going to be able to make the content that you like. They're going to have to change the way that they do their videos and things like that. And, you know, mostly this only affects gamers and things for now, but who knows? I mean, this content ID system could grow bigger, or YouTube may expand on this and it may hurt other people in the future. Because in all honesty, like, yes, YouTube's still going to be getting about the same amount of money, because instead of the monetization just going to the YouTube, or the person who uploaded the YouTube video, it's just going to a different company. So YouTube's still getting their fair share of the money, but the actual uploader is not, because some big company is taking all the revenue, and that's not fair, because they're actually spending all that time in making their video. And I feel like it's such a terrible thing for bigger companies to do, because it's actually free advertising. You know, it's free advertising for games when people do Let's Plays or they do reviews and things like that. They're not having to pay that person to expose their game. And when somebody does a Let's Play, a lot of people buy it. A lot of people buy games because of that. I know myself from just live streaming. You know, I've live streamed plenty of games, and people buy those games just because they saw me play them. You know, and I gave my personal review and my personal opinion of the game, and they bought it because of that. You know, so there's plenty of people that are going to be buying games and things like that. So I don't understand why larger companies are deciding to claim these videos and things like that. I know some of these companies are actually not claiming these videos, and the YouTube Content ID system is saying that they are claiming these videos, which that's definitely something that YouTube needs to get cut straight, and they need to fix that, because that's certainly not fair. And even in this short amount of time, and it's been probably less than a week now that this has been going on, a lot of the YouTubers have probably lost a lot of money. And I know a lot of the videos that they've already had up that have had lots of views are, their monetization is going to someone else now, or their videos potentially going to get removed and things like that. And that's so not fair, because some of these people have been working many years to build up, you know, their subscribers and things like that. And it's quite ridiculous that YouTube is just going to release this and then pretty much tell them screw you and shut down their channels almost, you know. And it's hard for me to watch, because, you know, I watch a lot of these people, and me myself knowing, you know, it may not be as big of a deal for a larger channel, because they have ways to adapt and they still have a big follower base and they can pretty much do whatever, and people will still watch it. But for someone that's just starting out, or someone who hasn't even got started like me on YouTube, to where they're actually getting a lot of views and things like that, it's really hard for new people to get started. You know, like, what am I supposed to do now if I wanted to decide to make this my solid career move? Obviously, you guys haven't seen a lot of content from me, and the reason why is because I'm busy. I have a job. I've got other things to do, so I have to have a job. I have to have a personal life, and I got to make content for you guys. You know, yes, I could probably do it a little more than I am, but still, like, it's too hard to manage all that. You know, and that's what a lot of the bigger YouTubers have given up. They've given up the actual job, because they made that their job, you know. So when YouTube takes that away from them, they no longer have a job, and it basically, they have to go out and either find another job, or they have to change the way that they're doing their YouTube channel, or they have to move to something else, maybe like Twitch. I don't know. And it honestly would be nice if another website would be created strictly for gaming videos. I know Twitch is there, but Twitch is more of a live streaming website. You're not really able to upload videos directly to it. So something similar like YouTube for gaming would be awesome, because then you know that that's the place you can go for gaming. So that's certainly something I would like to see in the future. But like I was talking about earlier, even if something like that is created, the people, like larger channels on YouTube, still have to send people over to their new channel that they have on this new website, and they're never going to have the same amount of subscribers they have on YouTube on those other channels, because then other people, or their subscribers, actually have to go to that website, they have to sign up, they have to subscribe, and they have to actively start using that site and things like that, and that's going to take time for people to actually do. So it's never going to be the same as if it was just fixed on YouTube. So I don't know what's going to come out of this, and I really hope that they fix all this stuff in the future. But I know that it's not looking great for a lot of people, and I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of other people's videos about this. I just wanted to talk about it because I know it really affects a lot of YouTubers that I watch, and I would hate to see that their channels get, you know, either shut down, or they have to change what they do on their channels, or it just affects them to where they can't do it as much, you know, and that's sad, because I know a lot of people watch channels where people release a video every day, and you know that's not going to happen anymore if they're not able to work full time on this anymore, because they're not making any money off of it. Then you may get a video once a week, or once every couple weeks, or whenever they have time to do it. And that's kind of what I do, because I don't have that much time to do it, because I have a full-time job and I have a personal life outside of this. So, you know, I would not ever be able to sit down and say I can do this full time currently, because of course I don't have a big enough following. But even if I did, now with these issues, I mean, I don't see myself being able to make any money. So I just wanted you guys to think about that. I know you probably already seen plenty of videos about this, but just in case you guys haven't, it's definitely something that we want to try to get reversed, and I definitely want to see people actually fighting this and telling YouTube that they're wrong by doing this. And you know, I hope that this can get solved soon and everything will go back to normal. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos of mine in the future, then please subscribe. Thanks for watching, everybody, and keep on owning.